What's up, everybody? My name is Justin. Welcome to my channel, 502 Fragrance Reviews. And in today's video, I want to talk to you about the top 20 winter fragrances for this year / last year, 2021, 2022. I'm behind putting this out. Top 20 list. For any of you ladies watching this video, I am going to do a separate video more so specified for the ladies. But for a lot of the fragrances in this video, y'all can wear plenty of them. So let's get to it. I'm excited to share this video with you guys because I feel like there's a number of fragrances on this list that are unique that you're not really seeing across all the other YouTubers. I'm gonna have a mixture of all different brands, indie, designer, niche. The first fragrance I want to talk to you about is from the small independent brand of Alexandria Fragrances based out of California. And yes, Alexandria is known for doing more inspired by or clones of much more expensive fragrances, but they do original creations too. And in that, we're gonna talk about Fez 1984 Intense. This one right here, guys. Man, this fragrance is very nice and bold. This is a oud, coffee, vanilla, sandalwood, leather fragrance. It's really dark, rich, and sultry. There's no freshness in here really at all. It's going straight to the more darker, woody, leather, sweet gourmand notes. It's one that I've worn this a few times. It really pushes all day. Fantastic for the evenings, but you can wear it just anytime in cooler weather. But I would only wear this more so in the cooler weather. This is really built for the fall and winter. That's Alexandria Fragrances Fez 1984 Intense. The next fragrance I want to talk to y'all about is one that many in the fragrance community consider to be one of the best fragrances of all time. For sure, one of the best designer fragrances of all time. This comes from the house of Christian Dior, and this is Dior Homme Parfum. This one right here, I have a backup bottle of this as well. This is one of the best fragrances I've ever smelled. I have to have this in the collection. Man, this is so good. I'm gonna have several leather fragrances in this video, and at its core, this is a leather fragrance, but it's combined with this lipsticky iris note. The way that the iris is blended with the darker, richer notes, it comes across like a really nice leather jacket or bag that's got like lipstick smeared all over it. And I mean, that sounds appealing to some of y'all, but I still encourage you to try this fragrance out because this is so insane. Easily unisex, tremendous staying power. This is one of my most favorite fragrances I've ever smelled. I will always want this in the collection. That is Dior Homme Parfum. This next fragrance I want to talk to y'all about. Whew. Hidden gem alert. Hidden gem alert. No one else is talking about this. This comes from the house of Aura Perfume, and this is All Eyes on Me, aka AEOM. This one right here. Man. Ah, this is so complex. This is definitely not for the beginner, for sure. It's a nice mixture of naturals and aroma chemicals. Cecile Zarokian is the perfumer for this fragrance, one of the best perfumers out there recently. This is, it's rum, it's cognac. There's a ton of spices, a lot of cloves, nutmeg. You got some dates in here. There's some florals. I kid you not. This fragrance morphs and changes so much on skin. Man, this is fantastic. You really smell the naturals in here. The natural Turkish Rose Absolute and other absolutes in here. For the price point that you can get this for, this has got to hidden gem alert. All Eyes on Me, or a perfume. The next fragrance I want to talk to you about is one that came out, I think, last year or the year before, but it's been kind of hard to find until recently. This comes from the designer house of Costume National, and this is Costume National Homme Parfum version. This one right here, guys. Yeah, this is a really solid fragrance. It's very solid. This is a woody, spicy fragrance that features a lot of cardamom, a lot of sandalwood in here. It's very woody and spicy, a little bit of a grapefruit top note, give it like a little bit of freshness. But this is a refined, gentlemanly like scent. It's a really quality fragrance that gives you a pleasant scent bubble. It's not a screamer. It's not meant to be. and it lasts me a good while throughout the day. And it's one that I've gotten good feedback on this as well. And that's Costume National Homme Parfum. The next fragrance I want to talk to y'all about is, to this day in my journey so far, one of the most sensual it is the most sensual fragrance I've ever smelled, which means you will see this in my upcoming top 10 date night fragrances video. It comes from the house of Rosendo Mateu, and this is his best seller from the collection, number 5. This one right here. Man, this fragrance is one of, I think so far, this might be the best amber fragrance I've ever smelled. It's amber, vanilla, so it's really warm, vanillic, like cozy, combined with the musk that's in here, because there's loads of musk in here, but it's like of the creamy variety, and it just mixes so well. This is super buttery on skin. When you spray this on and someone cuddles up to you, because it's ultimate cuddle type fragrance, Netflix and chill type fragrance, whatever you want to call it, they're going to just melt into you because you're going to be buttery. That's Rosendo Mateu's number 5. I told y'all there was several leather fragrances in this video. I gotta show you another leather. This next fragrance comes from the house of Giorgio Armani from their Prive collection, which is their higher end collection. You won't find this in your local department stores. And this is one of their Prives that was exclusive to Harrods in London. And this is Cuir, Majeste. This one right here. Cuir meaning leather in French. This one, fellow YouTuber, one of my favorite reviewers, Ogun from the YouTube channel Equality Fragrances, that channel, he's mentioned this fragrance quite a bit on his channel. And so far in his journey, this to him is the best leather fragrance ever. I gotta try out more leather scents, but I'll tell you what, this one's good. It's a unique combination of leather, dried fruits, tobacco. You got some rose in here as well. It's also very sensual, but it's got like a classiness to it. This is another one that's not meant to be a screamer. This is not one of those super loud projecting fragrances. This is more so close to the skin, but it does have fantastic staying power. It is pricey though, because you can only really find it in Harrods. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna leave the links below to where you can find all these fragrances. But that's Armani Prive's Cuir, Majeste. You got some more money to spend. And even though I've got some or several fragrances in this video, guys, that is on the pricier side, I have something here for everyone. There is affordable fragrances in this video that also smell amazing. The next fragrance I want to talk to y'all about comes from the house of Amouage, which is a very respected niche brand. It's one of the best niche brands out there. It seriously is. And this is Interlude Black Iris. This one right here. Gorgeous bottle. Yeah, man, this is super dark, mysterious. I think all black outfit, leather jacket, like just all black, just black, super mysterious. Like you go out to like the bars or to a laid back lounge, and you got this like mysterious guy kind of just sitting chilling. That's this, man. This is really good. This is a iris fragrance once again, but it's not lipsticky like Dior Homme Parfum that I mentioned earlier. It's nowhere near lipsticky at all, actually. It's a combination of iris, incense. You got some resinous natures in here too. It's really dark, powdery, smoky, resinous fragrance. Another one that is definitely not for fragrance beginners, but still get a sample, see if it grows on you. This Amouage Interlude Black Iris. The next fragrance I want to talk to y'all about, Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille, who? Parfums de Marley's Harrod, who? Tobacco and vanilla fragrances, it's all out there. I'm gonna talk to y'all about one of the best ones, if not the best. This comes from the small independent house of Mayor Olfactor, based out of St. Louis, Missouri, here in the United States. And this is Treachery. This one right here. I tell y'all what, man. This is another example of a nice fragrance, amazing fragrance. That's a nice combination of naturals and aroma chemicals. This uses tobacco absolutes, vanilla absolute, so it's super rich, decadent, and it morphs on skin. You got some whiskey accord in here. You got some fruity nature, some almonds, some cacao. You definitely get the cacao. It's like a chocolatey undertone to it. It's so rich and complex, and the price point is affordable. You don't gotta get Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford. You don't have to, even though that's a great fragrance. You can just go with this, which competes with it toe to toe in the ring. Man, this is so freaking good. One of the best tobacco fragrances, one of the best vanilla fragrances, one of the best boozy fragrances. It does multiple things, man. Major olfactives, Treachery. This next fragrance I want to talk to y'all about, it's a rose oud fragrance, which is really popular in the luxury world or niche world. But it's also a strong leathery fragrance, even though there's no leather listed. But it's like a mixture. This comes from the luxury design house of Louis Vuitton. And this is one of their fragrances that is fantastic. Ombre Nomade. This one right here. Got that Louis action. Yeah, this is fantastic. It's a mixture of rose and oud. So it's got that Middle Eastern vibe. But it's got like this jammy raspberry in here that pairs so well with the rose and oud. Got a lot of incense in here as well. It's really ambery. But then you got this mixture of saffron and birch, which gives it this strong leathery component, even though, like I said, leather is not listed. This is a fantastic fragrance, which I have worn. I've gotten really good compliments on this one. And this is known from what I've seen from my reviews to get a lot of compliments. I'll see why, because I get them too. That's Ombre Nomade from Louis Vuitton. This next fragrance comes from one of my favorite niche houses out there. I want to explore more from this brand. I own 2 right now from the brand, and I used to have another one too. This comes from the house of Parfums de Marly, one of my favorite niche houses. And this is Carlisle. This one right here. Gorgeous black bottle. Really heavy cap. You can destroy somebody with this. Yeah, this is a fantastic earthy, patchouli, dark vanillic, ambery scent. You get nuances of tobacco in here for sure, even though tobacco is not a listed note. So I get a lot of patchouli, I get some spices, you get like this fruity tart green apple that's in here when you first spray it. But then you get this warm, vanillic, like vanilla or pulp like sweet myrrh, like it's like a resinous balsamic base with that strong patchouli, because it's definitely in here, which I love patchouli. This is known to be a really good performer, lasting you a very long time, pushing 10, 12 hours, whatever. This lasts a long time on my skin. That's Parfums de Marly's Carlisle. This next fragrance I want to talk to y'all about, man, This is one of my best discoveries last year, and it's from a small independent house based out of Atlanta. This comes from the house of Savoir Faire, Chris Classic, owner and perfumer. And this is Soul Cafe. This one right here. Simple presentation, but the juice is destruction. I think that one of his favorite top notes has to be one of my favorites, which is blood orange. You get a lot of blood orange in here, this juicy, succulent, orange, citrusy top note in here. It pairs so good with the tobacco in here. It's like firewood accord. It's like dark, like kind of like smoky woodiness, but it's not a smokiness that's unappealing. It's one of those that adds intrigue and mysterious qualities to the scent. This is really freaking sexy. Also, spoiler alert, you'll probably see this in my top 10 date night fragrances video coming up soon, since Valentine's Day is around the corner. This one's a problem. Comes from the house of Savoir Faire, Soul Cafe. This next fragrance I want to talk to y'all about is one that is from the house of Gucci. It's a Gucci fragrance. And I tell you what, I give Gucci a ton of credit for releasing this fragrance, but they never should have put it in their mainstream line. They just shouldn't. This is Gucci Guilty Absolute, man. Hey, this fragrance easily could have been put into their higher tier collection, their more exclusive collection, because the mainstream fragrance industry right now, to me, I think, is not exciting at all. But I'm a fragrance enthusiast. A lot of the stuff in the mainstream market right now is super boring and generic, but hey, it's what sells. It's what the customer is used to. And I bet when this first came out, I bet customers was repulsed by this, which sucks, but it is what it is. This is a masculine, very masculine, leathery, woody fragrance. A lot of leather, a lot of woods. No sweetness, no freshness, just man. And it's really long lasting. It sucks this did not sell well, which is not surprising. And this is discontinued, but you can still find it online. That's why I'm featuring it. Gucci Guilty Absolute. Great job, Gucci. It's just the mainstream wasn't ready for this. The next fragrance I want to talk to y'all about comes from the house of Nishane Istanbul. Another house I like a lot. I got 3 fragrances from them. And this one, Nishane's Nefs. This one right here. They really should have put the crimp thing on here. That's horrible quality control, Nishane. But anyway, this fragrance is really also complex. You get multiple facets throughout the life of this. It's boozy on account of whiskey. Again, I love my booze. It's also got like this like milky quality, like kinda like this syrupiness from a mixture of honey, which is a lot of honey in this, and fig fruit in here. You get some leather, some amber, a bunch of florals. It's got some spice. It's really complex. At different points in time, you smell different things on skin. It just morphs, and it's a fantastic scent. At its core, whiskey, honey, fig, leather are some of the main notes, but there's just so much going on in here, and I love it for that. That's Nishane's Nefs. This next fragrance I want to talk to y'all about is one that I was really on the hunt for a while last year. This fragrance is very hard to get a hold of. If you live in the United States, it's hard to get a hold of, but I finally got one. This comes from the house of Penhaligons, based out of London, I believe. And this is Halfeti Cedar. This one right here. In the name, a heavy cedarwood fragrance. But there's so much more going on in addition to the cedarwood. You get a lot of fruitiness in here. You got peach, this dried fruits accord. You got rum in here. There's this like spicy saffron. But overall, it's like this. It's like you have like a cedarwood table and you got these like boozy fruits on it. And you got some spices laid out. And it's just, you just get overall, you're drinking some nice rum. You get that overall aroma around you. You get this really more so classy, more mature kind of, quite a bit. I'm not showing no youthful stuff. I'm young, but I'm tired of that same stuff that's in the mainstream department stores. I'm tired of that. This is a fantastic scent. That's Penhaligon's Halfeti Cedar. If there's one thing that I enjoy as well besides leather fragrances, boozy fragrances, tobacco, and the cooler weather, I love my gourmands. I love smelling like a snack. I love smelling edible. That is always a great thing with the ladies. Y'all know this, or you should know this. This next fragrance is one of the best gourmand fragrances I've ever smelled. We're going from the house of Xerjoff, a great luxury Italian brand. And this is from their Casamorati collection, and this is Italica. This one right here. This smells like sugar cookies. Like these like almondy sugar cookies. And you get like this like cherryness, like this fruity quality to it as well. Like it's like tonic, vanillic milkiness. It smells so good. There are some people that would prefer their house to smell like this, or in a candle form instead of fragrance for themselves. I'm fine with my house smelling like this, or me. It don't matter. This is one of the best gourmand scents ever. Unisex, leaning feminine to me, but I would wear it every single time I want to smell delicious. Xerjoff Italica. This next fragrance I want to talk to you about, I wore this like 5 or 6 days ago, and I was wearing this hoodie, and this fragrance is still on my hoodie. I gotta wash the hoodie. It's destruction. It's too long lasting on clothes. This comes from the house of Jovoy, or Jovoy, I've heard it pronounced recently. I don't know which one's which. Y'all let me know. And this is Psychedelique. This one right here. This one is a fantastic, warm, ambery, boozy, like chocolate cake-y, patchouli fragrance. A lot of patchouli, amber, lavender, ambery patchouli. A little bit of aromatic nature in here as well. A little bit of a citrus quality, like a little bit, but it's super warm, dense. I wore this the other day, and it was cold outside. And this, I don't know if it's a psychological thing, this literally made me feel warm. Wearing this scent made me feel warmer. And that is Psychedelique from the house of Jovoy. This next fragrance I want to talk to you guys about is one that There's no boozy note listed in this. However, I get a very boozy quality, as does other reviewers. This comes from the house of Frederic, which is owned by Estee Lauder. And this is Promise. This one right here. Fantastic scent. This is one of the strongest fragrances I own in my collection. And you know I love strong stuff. This smells like an apple liqueur that's aged in like some insert whatever oak barrel here. This smells like that. And it's also got like this like oody, ambery quality, even though oud is not listed. It's like a slightness there, like a little bit medicinal. And you got this ambery labdanum in here. It makes it a little bit more leathery and smoky. It's a fantastic scent. One of the best boozy fragrances I've ever smelled. Oh man, I've worn this too. This will get you noticed 100%. That's Frederic Mall's Promise. The next fragrance I want to talk to y'all about comes from the house of Maison Francis Kurkdjian, which also is probably one of the best niche fragrances and brands in the world. And this is unisex leaning feminine. It is, but I don't care. This comes with Oud Satin Mood. This one right here. I got the extrait version, but whether you get the extrait or the Eau de Parfum, it doesn't freaking matter. This fragrance is also really potent. It's super, super rich, sultry, sexy scent. There's a powdery nature in here for sure. What this is a gourmand, vanillic, ambery, rose oud scent. So you get this like kind of Middle Eastern quality from the rose and oud, but it's got so much sweetness to it from the vanillic benzoin in here and vanilla as well. It's a fantastic scent that is really, really sultry, like super sensual, sexy grown time. Oud Satin Mood from Francis Kurkdjian. We're gonna keep up with the sexiness, with the more grown, sensual, sultry like scents. We still keeping up with that, everybody. The next fragrance comes from the house of Matière Première, and this is Encens Suave. This one right here. One of the best incense fragrances. Y'all let me know. I need to experience more incense. This is warm, vanillic, ambery base on a bed of incense. A lot of incense in here. But it's an incense fragrance to me that I think many people would like. I think incense is one of those more polarizing fragrance notes that people don't know how to take normally. And this one, that ambery benzoin and vanilla, whatever it is in here, like it's like vanilla nature. The coffee in here and the top notes, it just goes so well with the incense. It's a fantastic scent. That is Matière Première's Encens Suave. I think this is his best seller. The last fragrance I'm gonna talk to you about, we're gonna talk about Xerjoff one more time, Italian brand. And this is from their Join the Club collection this time, which is their more affordable line of fragrances to introduce you to the house of Xerjoff. And this is More Than Words. This one right here. This one, man, this one's really well known. This one, if you want to get started, kind of easing into rose oud fragrances, this is one to do it because it's so fruity and ambery, like surrounding that rose and oud. It makes it much more palatable. It's not super Middle Eastern like. And this is one that is known to be a great performer. It lasts really long. I have worn this. I've gotten good attention from it. Dark, fruity, rose, oud, ambery like scent. It's one that would be great if you want to get into the more rose oud style scents. That is More Than Words from the house of Xerjoff. And that's all I got for y'all today, man. Let me know in the comment section below, what fragrances have you been wearing this winter season? Like I said, I'm late to putting out this video, but I finally did it. Sharing with y'all some more unique options that you can check out maybe for next cool weather season, or you can add it right now and keep on, wear it throughout the rest of the winter. But I hope you have a nice day, nice evening. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't. Till next